Okay, we're starting our new unit, and that's Unit 3, Part 1. We're going to split this unit up into two different pieces, it's really a big unit, but we split it up into half. So the first section is Section 3.5, and it's talking about parallel lines and triangles. So the first postulate, you won't use this a whole lot, but we're just going to go ahead and talk about it. It's through a point not on a line. So if you have a point that's not on a line, like this point right here, P, there is one and only one linear or line parallel to the given line. So let me draw what this looks like. Say you have a line right here, and you have a point right here. There is only one line that is parallel to the other line through that given point. Okay, like I said, it's not one that we usually use. This next one is something we are going to use over and over and over again. You probably have already seen it before, and if not, that's okay. So the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180. So all of the angles inside a triangle add up to be 180, and this is called the triangle angle sum theorem. Like I said, we're going to be using this a lot. Okay. So now here is the proof of the triangle angle sum theorem. So given, okay, if you see a little triangle like that, you say triangle ABC. That's how you write it. So given triangle ABC, prove that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle C equals 180. So draw PR through that point B parallel to AC, and that's that top formula we talked about that I said you're not going to use a whole lot. That's called the parallel postulate. So they drew these lines right here, they're saying are parallel. Okay, so now that they're parallel, we have some things that we can look at. I'm going to go ahead and extend this right here. So angle PBC, so angle PBC would be these angles 1 and 2 together. PBC and angle 3 are supplementary. Why? Why are they supplementary? Well, they're a linear pair, so that would be the definition of a linear pair. Okay. So definition of supplementary angles, what does that mean for something to be supplementary? That means they add together to be 180. So this would be the measure of angle PBC plus the measure of angle 3 is going to equal 180. All right, so now the measure of PBC equals the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. What does that mean, or what's the reason behind that? Those two angles add together to equal the whole angle. Well, that's the angle addition postulate. Okay. All right, so now they have angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equals 180. So as you can see, or maybe you can't, they said, okay, PBC equals all of this. So they substituted the measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 2 in for that measure of angle PBC. And the reason is substitution. So substitution, property of equality. Okay, so now they're saying angle 1 equals angle A. There's congruent to angle A because if you notice right here, those are alternate interior angles. Angle 1 and angle A are alternate interior angles. Okay, then they say the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle A, and then the measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle C. That's the same thing. Those are alternate interior angles. So what are we trying to prove? That the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle C equals 180. what did they do? So let's try this. We have the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle A. So they plugged in measure of angle A right there. The next one, they have the measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle C. And so they plugged in the measure of angle C right there. So they substituted those two in to get to where we needed to be. And so that would be the substitution property again. Oops. Of equality. All right, now let's go to the next page. Now we get to start doing some math. Okay, what are the values of x, y, and z in the diagram? So first, let's solve for x. So if you can see, we technically have three triangles. We have this one, we have this one, and then we have the whole thing, the two put together, right? Okay, so first let's just talk about the first one. So this one right here. What are we going to do to solve for x? Okay, so we know all three of those angles add together to be what? 180. So this will be 43 plus 59 plus x equals 180. Okay, combine like terms, and that would give you 102 plus x equals 180. Subtract 102 from both sides. So x is going to be 78 degrees. Sweet, we got one answer. Okay, let's see if this will let me erase. Of course it doesn't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so we know x is going to be 78 degrees. Okay, do you see of a way to figure out y? Well, as you can tell, these two angles together add to be 180 because they're a linear pair. They're on a straight line. So let's do that. We know what x equals, so that'll be 78 plus y equals 180. Subtract 78 from both sides, so y equals 102 degrees. Okay, now that we have what y equals, so that we said that was 78. This is 102. Can we figure out z? Yeah, we have two of the three angles, so we can make them equal to 180. So this will be 49 plus 102 plus z equals 180. Oops. So combine your like terms. That would be 151 plus z equals 180. Subtract 151 from both sides, so z equals 29 degrees. Okay, so we found x, y, and z, because that's what they asked us to, so we are finished. Okay, this next part, so the exterior angle of a polygon is formed by a side and an extension of an adjacent side. For each interior angle of a triangle, there are two non-adjacent interior angles and its remote interior angles in each triangle below. Angle 1 is an exterior angle, and angle 2 and 3 are its remote interior angles. So you'll see this on every single triangle, and there is a theorem that goes with them. If you forget them, that's okay, but it'll kind of speed things up if you can remember them. So the red angle, the angle 1, are the exterior angles, and the angle 2 and 3 are the remote interior angles. Okay, so for a triangle, this is a new theorem, triangle exterior angle theorem. Man, these are a mouthful. So the measure of angle 1 equals, so angle 1 equals angle 2 plus angle 3. Easy enough, right? So let's do this one. What is the measure of angle 1? So it'll be angle 1 equals the other two angles added together. So angle 1 equals 98 degrees. That's literally all there is to it. Okay, oh, this one's a little bit different. So this one's going to be 124, your exterior angles. is going to equal 59 and plus angle 2, because those are the interior angles. So we're going to have to set it up a little bit different. As you can see, I did that. So we are going to subtract 59 to both sides, and that would give you 65 is the measure of angle 2, 65 degrees. Okay, last problem for this. When a radar tracks an object, the reflection of signal off the ground can result in clutter. Clutter causes the receiver to confuse the real object with its reflection, called a ghost. At the right, there is a radar receiver at A and an airplane at B and an airplane's ghost at D. What is the value of X? Okay, so like I said, there's a few different ways earlier you can look at these. We could use, we're going to use the triangle exterior angle theorem because that's what we were talking about. So, but I'll show you a different way. So this is going to be the exterior angle. So we're going to have 80 is going to equal 30 plus X. Right, because those two angles added together to equal that exterior angle. So you're going to subtract 30 from both sides. So X equals 50. 50 degrees, I should say. Okay, here's another way to look at this. And this is probably how I would look at it if I were to be working out this problem. But you can do it whichever way it works, your mind sees. So what do you notice about these two angles right here? Well, they're supplementary, so they add to be 180. So if this one's 80, this one must be 100, right? Because they're supplementary. Okay, so the way my brain sees this problem is 100 plus 30 plus X equals 180. I instantly just try to add up all the inside angles because I know they equal 180. And you'll get the same answer. So this would be 130 plus X equals 180, so you're going to subtract 130 from both sides, so X equals 50. So we get the same answer regardless of how your brain sees it. Either way works. Just pick one and stick with it. All right, that's it for section 3.5. Thanks for watching.